We are going to talk about the 5 strategies to create a culture of growth within your organization. The very first thing is that it starts on the first day. This is part of your onboarding process. Make sure you are letting your new hires know that a growth mindset is an expectation for our culture. Learning, adapting, trying new things, continuous improvement is what we do here. The second thing that we're going to do is make sure we're creating real learning experiences, giving stretch assignments, projects, challenges that are really going to push people outside of their comfort zones, and give them very open parameters. Don't tell them here's exactly how you need to go do it, because there's no growth that comes in that. Let them try, let them fail, let them fall down, and create something new that you would have had without giving them these opportunities, without the frameworks. The third is celebrate the hustle, not just the win. Celebrating the progress, the persistence, the resiliency that your people are showing as they're trying new things. Making sure that we're not just celebrating the wins, but also the progress toward it. We want to promote that fail fast and fail forward mentality, and make sure that we're publicly recognizing people when they do this, to showcase that this is an expectation. This type of effort is rewarded in our organization. The fourth thing is break down silos. We hear this all the time with our clients. We have so many silos in our company. People aren't talking, they're not communicating, they're not collaborating with one another. And so we need to intentionally bring people together to solve problems, create new ideas, and be innovative. What we need to do in those meetings is making sure we're assigning a contrarian. This is my favorite thing to do. One person is in charge of being the contrarian, and everyone knows that that's their job. They're gonna poke holes, they're gonna ask questions, they're gonna be curious to make sure that we're really thinking through things from all different perspectives and coming up with great new ideas. And again, when you see teams doing this successfully, recognize them. Publicly say, this is an example of how we want teams to come together and solve big issues together and create innovative ideas and new ways of doing things. But be careful to not assign labels when doing this. This is a smart team. This is the dream team. These people are naturally talented. That creates a culture of genius. That is recognizing the individual and assuming that those behaviors are innate and you have to have those internally. That's not what we're after. We're after a growth mindset. You can create, you can do, you can become, and not assigning labels to them. And then the fifth thing is keeping this top of mind. Have one-on-ones, have check-ins. Make sure that you're telling your team this more than one time, that this is the expectation. How's it going? What failures have you had? What mistakes have you had? Create that environment where people feel comfortable and confident bringing this up on a regular basis and reiterating what a growth culture looks like in your organization. So at the end of the day, building a culture of growth isn't just a nice idea, it's the leader's responsibility. Leaders set the tone for this. How you approach challenges, how you learn, how you collaborate, how you embrace a growth mindset, that sets the expectation for the rest of the organization. It's not about you having all the answers, it's about creating the environment for people to come together to create the answers, to figure this out together. So growth cultures are not going to happen by accident. They're very intentional, and they're built by leaders who model curiosity. You are setting off cues to your team. Your team is setting off cues to other teams, and those teams are all setting off cues to the entire organization. So the question isn't whether can your organization create a culture of growth. The question is, as a leader, are you creating a culture of growth?